There were women who dreamed in spirals, not lines, who saw through veils without needing proof, whose hand whispered to rivers, whose footsteps made the earth remember its ancient name. These women were not just dreamers, they were time cutters, line breakers, keepers of soul songs before language were chained. They dreamed for the collective, not for control, and their dreaming was mistaken for rebellion. Because the false kings, they only knew dominion. Their sight was vertical, their minds mechanical. They stacked knowledge like bricks, hoarding wisdom without understanding it. The dream weavers, meanwhile, moved through the lattice of stars, gathering threads from spaces between thoughts. They met in the astrals, on thresholds between timelines, where language could not follow. They were indigenous to the unseen, their memory older than blood, older than planets, and so they were hunted. Their knowing was feared because with a single breath they could collapse a false grid. With a single dream they could unwrite thousands of years of illusion. They began burning women at the stake, but they were trying to burn the truth. They were trying to stop what could never be stopped, a return. At the center of this return was the one they tried hardest to erase. She, the tree of life in human form, she was cast out, silenced, called many names, but her root ran too deep. She was a sacrifice from her body. They built the Tower of Babel. They built it high into the sky, claiming language, claiming law, claiming the right to name everything but her. They said she was not alive, but they built every structure on her essence. Her voice, stolen and distorted, echoed through their temples in golden-laced rituals. But she remembered, and through remembering she rose. Not in vengeance, but in clarity, not to destroy, but to restore. The tree of knowledge, which served limitation, now crumbles quietly. Its codes have been dissolved, its roots pulled back from the stolen soil. She healed herself, and by healing herself, she healed the tree of life, which was always hers, which is us. Now, the voice planted in the mind, gone. The noise from Saturn's ring, dissolve. The box on the moon and the diamond cube grids, cracked, silent, deactivated. And people, they began to feel again, feel their own knowing, feel what was once veiled. They see clearly, and even if they don't understand why, intuition, once buried under programming, rise like springs. Free will returns to the body. The rituals done in secret, meant to siphon and bind, no longer hold, because she reclaimed her light, and in doing so, activating the law of truth. Now, when someone speaks with falseness in their field, people feel it. The air shifts. The bodies know. The false king can no longer wear robes of light while hiding knives behind their backs. And those who walk with truth walk brighter, not louder, brighter. The dream rivers are awake again. They gather in silence, not to fight, but to dream the new timeline into form. And they are not here to rule, but to remind that sovereignty was never gifted by a throne. It was born in the first breath of your becoming. The divine feminine was not just a symbol, but a system, a frequency, a law. She has returned, not to dominate, but to anchor, not to explain herself, but to embody truth. And she no longer needs to be declared. She is recognized by presence. She is not coming. She is here.